the 3 Om Shantis that Dadi Janki used to mention every time she met us. The first Om Shanti, I'm a peaceful soul. Let's stabilize our mind on being a peaceful soul. The second Om Shanti, I belong to God, the Supreme Soul, the ocean of peace. The third Om Shanti, what is my part now? To be an instrument to spread God's peace. Just remain stable with these thoughts, and we will be creating a beautiful symphony of Om Shanti around the world. Are you experiencing the experience of the power of peace, of silence? The power of peace is the easy way to serve through the mind. The power of peace will make the whole world peaceful. With the pure attitude and feelings that the souls of the world are my brothers. Spread rays of peace throughout the world. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti.
As I say Om Shanti 3 times, and put 3 dots, tilak, on the center of forehead, to become peaceful, I create the awareness that I am a point of light. Baba also is point of light. And thinking of drama, I am able to use the 3rd dot as full stop. So when I put these 3 dots, internally everything is resolved. There is no conflict. There is contentment. And because of that, I could remain peaceful. Not only awareness of peace, but my drishti, my words, my every interaction is peaceful. Peace is great power. The vibrations are also very powerful. I can use that power for every task I do, and vibrations of peace make everything happen. Also, it helps me to bring the presence of God, who is ocean of peace. So keep the awareness. I am a peaceful soul. And take drishti from Baba, who is ocean of peace.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Avyakti Parivar. Today is day 26. Soul consciousness, a drop of awareness 5 times a day. Golden aged nature, honest intentions, and pure feelings. Like my father, I am divine. Now we'll be listening to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti. Are you all very happy? Everyone is happy. Did you all enjoy your golden aged nature today? What will be the first main quality in that nature? Mhm. What will be the first quality? Golden aged nature. Mhm. You can all think about it. I know I cannot hear the response, but I thought love. Because love is such a soft, gentle energy and has very powerful vibrations. If some days you are not loving, even with your own self, you are in tension, you are frustrated, you are disappointed. So you're not in love with yourself, then how you feel? That when you use drama, instead of tension, have attention, patience, and internally just tell yourself everything will be okay. Loving one's own self, it gives beautiful feelings, right? When I'm able to deal with my own self with love, not by force, not by fear, but with love. I keep speaking to the mind, to my own self. That loving nature for the self brings cheerfulness on your face. You are naturally happy. And also, there is very, very natural contentment. So, when there is love, as my nature, golden age in nature, everything around, you will feel very good about it. Because in love, there is a lot of appreciation. Because when you are looking at something with love, someone with love, it's a very, very good feelings, and that creates harmony. Generally they say if there are 5 fingers in the hand, cannot be same, right? And Dadi Janki sometimes used to tell us importance of each finger. And she will say this little one also is very powerful. And this big fat one, the thumb, has its own authority. So we are different. We have to be different. We should be different, right? But if we see everyone has different part to play, so it's like 5 different fingers in one hand. So harmony. Harmony doesn't mean same. But internally, when there is love, there is contentment, then we are able to uh, kind of align with each other's thoughts. There's a lot of acceptance of each other. Appreciation and acceptance are very good qualities. So everything emerges actually from love. And in golden age, if you look at Sri Krishna's face of gopis, I think they must be doing everything, right? Not only all the time do ras, but their most popular act is ras. Ras means harmonizing. Whatever they do, it's in harmony. Acceptance is where you don't react, right? You say, yeah, it's very good, it's okay. So we can make a long, long list of golden age nature. Yes, because one of what we are doing these days, the habit of reflection and becoming. It's really during day, few times, I don't know, 5 times, but more maybe or less. You think about what I have to be today, what kind of nature, so that I can become Nyara and Pyara. That's the aim, right? So then we continue, and from tomorrow we will do nature like Baba, Bab Saman. Even in that slogan, it will say sanskars like Baba. But then I was thinking, do Baba have sanskars? One time, Dadi Janki, few times we had discussion, will Baba have sanskars? Because sanskars are created through action. And then I immediately thought of Brahma Baba. That Shiv Baba comes in Brahma Baba and start giving drishti, start giving knowledge, becomes our father, teacher, Sadguru. So there must be, if there is mind and intellect, that also is a big question. God has mind, God has intellect, God has sanskars. But then when he comes in the body, he expresses what he has, his thoughts, his wisdom in form of knowledge, and expressing his relationships with us, the way he interacts with us. We saw many, many times in Brahma Baba's body, Shiva Baba will come just for a few moments or just the beginning of action. So that means he's one good quality. Of course, all relationships with Baba, especially relationship of mother, father, teacher, and Sadguru. So what he does as parents, what he does as teacher, and then also Sadguru. But we mention in the soul sanskars because they are created based on actions. But Shiv Baba's sanskars are what Shiv Baba is, his energy. His ocean of love. So there was never the part where he went through body consciousness or he has to practice soul consciousness. No. He's ever loveful. I like Baba's quality of bestower. So each one of us, we have to look at Baba's qualities. And if I have to be Bab Saman, from where I begin, to be Bab Saman, even certain percentage to be like Bab Saman, from where I begin. So this is how I was churning today. When I knew that for tomorrow we're taking this topic, then reflections begin. Which quality? You will start from Baba. See, two qualities in Baba are what Baba is. One, he is ever pure. They call it Sadashiv. It's only for Shiva. This is Sada means forever, eternally and imperishable. So pure, and from their knowledge. In memorial in Path of Bhakti, they show Ganges flew. They are coming from the top note of, they show Shankar. And they say that one of the main quality of Ganges is it purifies. People still now, they go and take dip in Ganges and feel their all sins have been washed off. So it's a beautiful quality. So at this time, at confluence age, this natural purity, we had been talking about not five vices. Yes, we have conquered five vices, but the traces, the sanskars of five vices, whatever little is left, we are cleaning it and becoming detached from it. It's a beautiful experience because when you practically do something, to see that is Ganges flowing is not, it is from not the top knot, but it is from the intellect. That means what I think, what I say helps souls to purify. They say quality of Ganges is that it never gets spoiled, never. It's always clean. So same is, and also not that, but it's flowing. So anything you throw, it flows away. Doesn't stay anywhere. Because the force of the water takes away everything. So our purity also, yes, uh, thoughts of people, words of people, situations, all that stuff should not remain in me. But if I am Ganges, it flows away with the water. You know, I used to be in Kashmir for few years, coming and going from Delhi. So they have in Kashmir, they have timber, no timber, big trees, wood which they want to bring down from Kashmir to Delhi. It doesn't come up to Delhi, but it's up to Pathankot, right? Because after that, so there is a, it's not river, but it's like a fall because it's a mountain and it snows a lot, so water there. So they put the timber there, very big size, sometimes like a big trunk of the tree, and it keeps flowing until it reaches Pathankot, and they collect it. And I enjoy seeing it because when you are in bus, no, you go by bus, unless you go by flight, but otherwise there is a bus. So you see this timber. Sometimes there are certain stones, so timber will get stuck, but then another wave comes and makes it move. So I keep watching from the window, and internally I see how uh, there could be some things, but if you are flowing the water, it won't get stuck. It will move. It will move. That's where called purifier. So Baba is ever pure. uh, Baba is ocean of knowledge. And then naturally, when you have knowledge and purity, you have all the qualities. There is peace, there is love, there is bliss, there is joy, every quality you can think of. So when Baba was yesterday morning, when Baba said, now at this time, your purity is not to have wasteful thoughts or ego of your own specialities because they are given to you by Baba. So maintaining our purity to become Bab Saman, and of course knowledgeful. Our thoughts, our words, our actions based on knowledge. So it's knowledge. Knowledge means it's like becoming Ganges. He is ocean. He could be Master Ocean. But even if Ganges, something which constantly wave after wave. So when there is this internally churning, reflection and churning is like becoming Ganges. If you don't churn, uh, in the sense of when I'm applying something and I reflect, it's like a wave which will clean. Like, okay, I understood that is drama, is preordained, is fixed, there is benefit. But when I apply it, then I understand it more deeply and different dimension of the point. And that's where you become Ganges. So how internal churning, reflections whole day, the points, of knowledge, what I hear, keep churning, keep reflecting, keep applying, and you feel that flow where you become purifier. Because internally you are not stagnant, right? You're not holding on anything. Because when you are stagnant, then everything gets stuck inside. But if you are churning knowledge, reflecting, you're becoming like Ganges, and flow is strong. So nothing gets stuck. It washes off, continues, carries to reach the destination. A very, very interesting experience of those who have nature of reflecting and churning. And some say, how do I churn? From Monday, when we're doing for Dadi Ki 31 days, we will give you a point and see how Dadi used to churn. You all will churn, and then in the evening do your homework and write what points really, more fresh points came. I find if that nature habit is there, you take just one word and you can keep going on. Because Baba has given explanation, I am applying, so I know also more clarity about it, how it was useful, what were attainments, what were my feelings at that time. So becoming Bab Saman, when we say that Baba is the one who is purifier, but also bestower. One is of knowledge, but bestower of blessing. So how do I become bestower like Baba? It's a very, very interesting aspect to think of. We say donor, right? Or I give. But bestower is where you are very naturally bestowing through your drishti. You can bestow through your thoughts, you can bestow. You can bestow through your words. So each one of us, we hear Baba, we know Baba. And if I have to be like Baba, then from where I will begin, what I like most of Baba. What I like most, I will become that. So for me, I start thinking immediately of Brahma Baba. That how he was becoming like Shiva Baba. From where, which qualities he was adopting. So that whenever we looked at Brahma Baba, Shiva Baba can come, start giving drishti to us. So this is something very personal. This is not something ABC, become like this, become. No, we all know Baba. Let's say in Lokik, whether your father or maybe friend, you want to be like your father. So you will look at his characteristic, his way of doing things, his qualities, no? Same I have to do with God, Baba. So that my nature will be like my parents, like my teacher. How my teacher teaches, that's how I teach. Every night you hear Brahma Baba talking, right? Very sweetly and clearly, joyfully. How beautiful in a night class we listen to Brahma Baba. So how should I talk? How should I give knowledge? So Baba's life, Brahma Baba's life is the example for us. And nature, his nature was, of course, image of lighthouse, might house, but very caring, very loving. Loving, caring, knowing things, he will not look at it. He knew everyone's nature, whatever, but he will look at you as you are a perfect being. Because that's what ultimately he wants you to become. So how I have to, what should be in my drishti? What should I share with others as a bestower? So it's very, very, it will become very interesting and real when you think of your experiences with Baba. Because then you start becoming like Baba. I really kind of start enjoying becoming like Baba. Before was little bit, yes, I have to be like Baba. But today I really, really went into many aspects and I said, oh, that's what I love of Baba. That's what I love of Baba. So whatever I love of Baba, I become like that. So it becomes easy, isn't it? And you can't become someone or something you don't know. And we all know. As I say, my first question was looking at Shiv Baba. He's incorporeal. What kind of sanskars he will have? Then I said, that's why he came in Brahma Baba. So we know his sanskars. The way Brahma Baba played part. That's why we are very fortunate that every night we look at Yagya stories as a family person, Baba was, as a karma yogi, as a teacher, giving Murli, as a friend, as parents. So we see it. No? Yes, we were not there when he was playing that part. I had fortune. But otherwise, we are seeing every night his personality. And that's what are nature and sanskars of God. Highest on high and most humility is main quality. Highest and high. And he becomes like friend, equal to what everyone is, to make them equal to him. He becomes part of children, part of mothers, everyone. He's just amongst them. And that's where he's colors with his company. And those who were sensible, they were realizing, receiving, becoming. And those who were gross intellect, they will only look at gross way of action, not internally what they are feeling. So for tomorrow, we will, each one of you from early morning, start thinking about what do you like of God? And how can I be like that nature of God which you experience? Whatever we experience, that's what we have to take it, receive, and also become like Baba. It could be very, very elevated and beautiful experience. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Good evening, everyone. What a beautiful journey we're all on.
every day finding not only more depth, but also realizing how simple, enjoyable our practices can be, right? So thank you, Sister Mohini, for leading us every evening into these beautiful aspects of our journey together. So yes, today was about enjoying golden age right now, right here, no matter what the circumstances, who the people, but to have this divine nature, the golden age in nature, and because of that, to create a golden age experience right here. And I think everybody would agree with Sister Mohini when she started by saying that the first quality of golden age in nature is love. I'm not sure if anybody would have had any other answer, but I think everybody agrees that that's such a beautiful, crucial, central quality of that nature. And the way it was described, that there is a lot of appreciation within that love, especially loving the self. Yes, we can all relate to that. Moments when we don't, what happens, and moments when we start to talk to ourselves with love, what happens. So because of that appreciation, there is a lot of harmony, of course, starting with the self, but with everybody else. There's a lot of alignment with each other's thoughts, acceptance of each other's thoughts, ways, nature even. So beautiful, beautiful explanation and description and experiential sharing from Sister Mohini about that golden aged love right now. So our reflection, what do I have to be today? Always, right? Stopping to think at those 5 times or more or less times. What do I have to be today? Right? What am I remembering, especially today, about my nature? And then today, of course, directly connecting it to our Father's nature and sanskars. And yes, that question does come up many times. What kind of sanskars would Shiv Baba have? And so clearly explained that yes, we can know clearly because he came in Brahma Baba and he showed us and he talks to us and he explains about every little aspect about himself. So yes, ever pure is the ocean of knowledge. So anything that is not clear about how I should be, let me look at Baba. Let me look at Brahma Baba and his personality and see where do I match my sanskars, my nature, my way of being with Baba's way of being. And I love this aspect about this question of is Ganges flowing always? Yes, they show it flowing from Shankar's head, but is it always flowing also from me, from my intellect? What I think, what I say, is it helping souls to purify? Of course, starting with my own self, my own thoughts, my own vision and attitude towards my own self. Is it purifying me and is it constantly flowing, not getting stuck? Remembering those logs of wood, right? When you described coming down the Ganges. And so it shouldn't get stuck anywhere. It should continue to flow. And that's the sign of purity, that it's constantly flowing and also bringing along all the dust, washing away all the unwanted stuff. So tomorrow would also be an exercise in taking up anything of knowledge, any aspect of knowledge, and churning, applying, reflecting, because these are the things that really create that wave, that flow, that cleans, and creates that. So we have to create that nature of churning inside. So many beautiful aspects of Baba that we heard from Sister Mohini, of course, as the purifier, as the bestower, as the highest one, and yet coming to us in such a humble way, presenting to us. So, whatever aspect we want to take up, whichever qualities we want to focus on of Shiv Baba, of course, through Brahma Baba, we have the full freedom tomorrow to immediately identify with that in such a deep way that I also instantly feel that I am like that, right? So life and nature of Brahma Baba is very inspiring, of course, that we could choose what we want from what we know. And it is true that every day, every night, listening to Brahma Baba's voice and looking at him, the different pictures, the videos, it really, really has brought us so much farther in terms of closeness to knowing Baba, Shiv Baba, through Brahma Baba. It is very, very true that instantly it puts you in a different, not only frame of mind, but frame of being, I think, right? So today's practice, I am a living being of light, seated on my lotus throne. My self, Swa, is elevated. My bhav, intention, is clean. My swabhav, nature, is easy, light, and simple. Again, emerging Brahma Baba's personality, right? When I surrendered myself, the Father's nature became my nature, and the Father's sanskars became my sanskars. Just as the Father is divine, so am I divine. So the practice, the reminder, the reflection for tomorrow. I am a living being of light, seated on my lotus throne. My self, Swa, is elevated. My bhav, intention, is clean. My swabhav, nature, is easy, light, and simple. When I surrendered myself, the Father's nature became my nature, and the Father's sanskars became my sanskars. Just as the Father is divine, so am I divine. So very, very beautiful. When I surrendered myself, for me that also means when I came to know Baba and Baba's sanskars, Baba's nature, how attractive that was to me and how I was drawn to that. And I also instantly wanted to become that, right? And that's why we are on this life, on this path. So that's the practice for tomorrow.
So, yeah, we all will have real experience tomorrow of becoming like Baba. Not reading from the book, but from my heart. What really did I like in Baba? That I belong to him, surrender myself to him. So start from there. Lot of beautiful Baba's personality, characteristics, qualities will emerge in a very, very natural way. I'm sure we all will have lot of experiences and contemplation for tomorrow. Om Shanti.
So what I like most of Baba, a nice question, right? To stay with the whole day. Come back to that again and again. What do I like most of my Baba?
Mm.
Thank you.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Vikti Journey. Brahma Baba in Bab Dada's eyes, always combined and deeply loved.
संगम युग में बाबा महिमा तुम्हारी गाऊं संगम युग में बाबा महिमा तुम्हारी गाऊं
Follow Brahma Bab, जो भी संकल्प बोल कर्म करो, पहले ब्रह्मा बाप से मिलाओ, कॉपी करो। दुनिया में कॉपी करना मना है, लेकिन बाप दादा कहती है ब्रह्मा बाप को कॉपी करो। निराकार बाप के लिए तो कहेंगे उसको दे नहीं तो देवान क्या है, लेकिन ब्रह्मा बाप देदारी रहे। वास्तव में देखो, आप जो सरेंडर हुए, सरेंडर होने वाले हाथ उठाओ। जब सरेंडर किया तो क्या संकल्प किया? तन मन धन सब बाप आपका, ऐसे किया था, किया था। इसमें हाथ उठाओ। तो अभी सरेंडर किया, मेरा नहीं, धन भी मेरा नहीं, धन भी मेरा नहीं। जैसे ब्रह्मा बाप ने बाप को सेवा अर्थ शरीर दे दिया, तो ब्रह्मा बाप जानते थे कि ये शरीर मेरा नहीं, सेवा अर्थ। तो जब आपने तन मन धन तीनों अर्पण किया, तो आपका शरीर बाप के सेवा अर्थ निमित्त, जैसे ब्रह्मा बाप का शरीर सेवा अर्थ रहा, तो आपका शरीर आपका नहीं है, सेवा अर्थ। तो ये जो संस्कार देहाभिमान व देवान का, ये होना चाहिए। अगर ये स्मृति में
सिवा अर्थ मेरा नहीं है, बाप ने आपको सेवा अर्थ दी है।
संगम युग में बाबा महिमा तुम्हारी गाऊं। संगम युग में बाबा महिमा तुम्हारी गाऊं। तूने बनाया जीवन कैसे भला भुलाऊं। संगम युग में बाबा महिमा तुम्हारी गाऊं।
Om Shanti. So nice to hear Sakar Brahma Baba. So nice to hear Bab Dada. So as Didi also shared, no, when we see all this in the evening, it can stay with us in the night, in our dreams too. Thank you, Vikti team.
It's a beautiful song. To keep smiling is the gift from God. Be happy. Whatever happened was very good. And what's going to happen, there is some benefit in that. So remain happy, carefree. Om Shanti and good night, everyone. Om Shanti.